Hey everybody, this was a project trying to get on here tonight. So yeah, I'm finally live. I just turned off my phone, kind of like they tell you at work, just turn it on and off and then hopefully it'll work. So that's what I did. I turned my phone off and back on again. So hopefully people are trying to tune in. Just post that. Okay. So how's everybody doing tonight? Hi Jaylyn. Hi Rita. Trying to see who else is on here. Hi Samuel. You guys all ready for Christmas? I wish I could say. I can say that I am ready. I did almost everything that I have to do. It's just more now like some of the cooking that has to be done, but that's okay. So yeah, as you guys know, I have a puppy, and you might hear him in the background. I'm just hoping he kind of stays occupied for a while by himself so that I can get through the readings without him wanting to jump up here on my lap. So I'm going to wait for a few more people just to sign on. So just to let you know, Mary, once again, is moderating for me. Mary is going to be posting some information for you throughout while I'm doing the readings. So it's going to be just some, information about different services that I'm offering. I just want to make sure Mary gets on. So let me just see if I can add her real quick. Sorry, guys. Let's do that. So let's hope you all guys. Okay. So as soon as I see Mary's on here, I'll get started. Let's just say. Okay, Mary's here. All right, yay! Hi, Mary. Okay, so hi everybody. I hope that you guys are all set for Christmas and that you've all been really good, right? Because Santa's been watching. He's been keeping an eye on all of you. But seriously, I wanted to thank you all for tuning into this live on the eve before Christmas Eve. And I don't know about you guys, but for my family, Christmas is always on Christmas Eve. It's always been that way. So tomorrow will be our family celebration, and I'm looking forward to spending time with my family and my loved ones and my grandchildren and just everybody. I'm just really happy that we're all going to be able to be together this year. So yeah, yesterday was kind of an emotional morning for me. Those of you who follow me, you know what I've been through, right? You guys know you've been with me up and down, and not going into a lot of detail, but I had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and it was nothing bad, but it was just emotional because, anytime I have to talk about what I went through, it's very upsetting for me. But then to also have somebody who acknowledges that, right? A lot of times the doctors don't always acknowledge what we're going through, but to have the doctor actually acknowledge everything that I had been through, and to sit there and say, you know what, we're going to work through the symptoms that you're still having. We're going to work through those. We're going to get those as best as we can for you. That was just so, it was such a relief, So anyways, And I think we all kind of do that sometimes, right? We get into that mood and then we go down that long road. And I always tell people, don't stay in your head too long, because when we stay in our heads, what happens, right? Things seem worse than they are, or we start these scenarios in our head that may never happen, right? And I literally had to stop myself, and I cried, I screamed, and, I said to God, I have had enough. I can't keep doing this. And I heard him say, Michelle, what has brought you out of this last time, right? What brought you out of your shell last time? And you guys remember, right? I said that there was a point where I wasn't sure how my life was going to be. I wasn't sure, is this as good as it's going to get? And at that point was when I realized I had to start doing things, doing for others or whatever it was that made me start to feel whole again. And one of those things was doing readings. And that's what I heard yesterday. Michelle, you need to help people. And so I contacted Mary, and I asked if she was willing to volunteer tonight, an hour or so, to do the live tonight as our gift to all of you. And she was right there on board with me. So here we are. And Mary, thank you I know this is a busy time for you. Thank you for taking this time to help me. I so appreciate you and everything that you do. So guys, again, Mary's going to be typing some information for you guys. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you post them. The list closed this morning, so I think a few people might have popped on or tried to pop on a little bit later. I apologize if I don't get you on the list for today, but I promise that I will put you first for the next one, which I'm hoping maybe we will do right before New Year's Eve, or maybe on New Year's Eve, depending what everybody has planned. So I want to start with Mary tonight. Mary had asked for a reading. And Mary, I just wanted to say to you that, you are absolutely right when you say that you are on the verge of a transition, okay? And I want you to know that I can feel that energy around you and that excitement and the feeling of being on the verge of something, and you're not quite sure what it is, right? But you know it's there. Maybe not quite knowing what it is yet, but knowing that it's coming for you. And trust that feeling. Be open to it and let all the good things come to you. And try not to put your blockers up, okay? Try to keep yourself open and be aware of people that are put in your path by the universe. No matter how simple the contact may seem, it's all part of the plan, right? So every person, even if it seems like a simple gesture or a simple conversation, pay attention to it, okay? Maybe keep a journal as you piece all of this together. Don't overthink too much, keeping a journal sometimes as you're piecing all of the pieces together is a great way for you to kind of, sort it through your mind and then have something to look at on paper. And know that I support you, and I cannot wait to see the great things that you're going to be doing in the year to come. Okay, let's do Paige Elaine. Paige, what can I say, sweetie, right? I was sitting here today, right? And I'm again, this is what I do. I make my list. I sit down, and then I go through the list and I think, what do they need to hear? Please tell me what they need to hear. And Paige, I kept hearing, she's got it going on. She knows. I think these are in full swing for you right now. There's this feeling of positivity surrounding you. And I want you to embrace that. I want you to breathe it in, and remember that feeling when you have a bad moment, okay? Because there's still going to be times when you're going to have a bad moment. And remember that bad moments don't make a bad day, and a bad day doesn't make a bad life. And that's good advice for all of us, right? I get a lot of anticipation around you for the new year, and I think that's coming from you. I think that energy that I'm picking up is coming from you. And I think that's wonderful that you're feeling the possibilities for the new year. And I want you to focus on that and go forward with confidence that you've got this. And like they're saying, you've got it going on. You've got it already. So Paige, keep it going. Let's do Renee Swenson DeVoe. So Renee, I hear you. You've been working really hard and have accomplished so much. And this is a really good time to think about your next steps, right? Because the new year's coming. The new year is coming, and it's coming in fast and furious. And you need to be ready. And trust that things are going to continue to blossom for you. It's just going to take some time for it to come to full fruition. So pay attention to the guidance that you're receiving, okay? How do we get guidance, right? How are we getting our guidance? Well, we have to pay attention to the symbols, to the signs, to our intuition, to the synchronicities, and our sleeping dreams, the dreams that we have. Pay attention. Worrying is unnecessary, and it only serves to slow you down, okay? Don't be afraid, because you're halfway there, and it's coming, and you've got it, okay? Let's do Jaylyn. Jaylyn DeSantis. So, Jaylyn, for you, I kept hearing, have no fear. Have no fear, that it's okay to let go of parts of your life that no longer feel right. And again, good advice for all of us, right? I always tell people, some people will ask me, well, when is my reading? What number was I? And I always tell people, pay attention, because we can learn something from every reading that's done. We can learn something from all the information that comes through for others. And sometimes it feels like, oh my God, that message was for me. Are you sure it was for her? I get that a lot. And our loved ones have a way of getting the message through to us one way or the other, whether it's through other people, or, again, through guidance that they send us, whether it be a song, a message. So, Jaylyn, I really want you to pay attention to that. Let's see. Okay, so we were talking about letting go parts of your life that you have outgrown or no longer feel right for you. And it's not disrespectful, right? It's a part of the growing process. We can honor our past and the people in it, and know that your husband is around you, and he says that he fully supports you right now in all the changes and growth that you're experiencing. And you of all people know this, that when you show kindness to others and respect, they're drawn to you and you become a pillar of strength to them. Having the courage of your convictions is going to help you get through any challenge you may feel that you're facing. And your caring is a strength, not a weakness. So keep believing in yourself, okay? I hope that made sense. Bill William Brown. Bill, I'm getting, I felt a lot of curiosity around you. I felt like that's your energy. You have a lot of curiosity. And I think this kind of applies to everything with you. I feel like you're really good at determining what is truth and what is lie, and sorting through kind of like the bull. And you're also really good at facts and figures. And you tend to be on the ground floor on good ideas. But, you know, with that being said, you're also a realist and, you know, very logical. But it's okay to let go sometimes and not be so logical, right? And trust that it's going to be okay, and see where it plays out, because you might find something good and interesting in the process. Okay? Let's do Carolyn McKay. Carolyn, so I was getting, it's important to remember that you don't always have to jump to action. Sometimes it's okay to sit back and offer love and support and let people figure out the answer on their own. You've seen a lot and have been through a lot, and so often you try to offer the benefit of your experience, but it's not always well received. You know, use your patience and point them in the right direction and offer your support if it's needed. But then you need to let go of the worry and the doubt, and then just realize that you're allowing them to experience life the way that they need to, and to continue on their journey, right? Focus on giving yourself some love and understanding for all that you've been through and all those experiences, right, that have made you stronger and wiser. Okay. Hi, guys. Hi, Rita. Rita, I'm feeling much better. Thank you for asking. Things are going okay. I can't complain. I could, but I won't. Little joke there, guys. Beverly Hernandez Ellers. So Beverly, wow, family is everything, right? And I keep hearing, honor your heritage and be proud of who you are and your family history. So I feel like you're the story keeper and the storyteller, okay? So it's important that you are the one to keep it going. In the same breath, it's healthy and normal to stand up for yourself and your beliefs. Don't let others try and talk you out of them. Your thoughts and feelings about how to handle it are spot on. You're good at knowing when to back down, and this is not one of those times, okay? So pay close attention to what's happening, and don't be intimidated. Again, acknowledge, and, you know, being aware is our strength, right? Knowledge and being aware is our strength, because when we see it and understand why people act or do things, it gives us the power to disengage and not participate in, you know, whatever, in the drama, in the anger, whatever is going on. Okay? Holly Chavez. So Holly, yeah, you signed up twice actually, Holly. So I did see it the first time, but you know, again, this is one of those times when I have to sit and think, and I have to put aside, you know, because there's that part of me all the time when, especially when I have people who become more of a friend to me. I consider everybody a friend, but some people, you know, become very much like a friend to me. So I have to make sure that I keep my perspective when I'm doing that. And this is one of those times when I had to not sugarcoat, I guess, what I was getting. So, Holly, what I was getting was things don't always work out the way we want them to, but you need to trust that the universe is pushing us away from the wrong situations and people for a reason. You know, maybe our time with that person is up, and they need to move on to learn some life lessons that we're not supposed to be there for. Or that maybe that they weren't going to learn from staying where they were. Maybe it's moving you out of a situation where you're not being treated the way you should, right? And we have to learn not to hold on too hard to those situations, because when we hold on, we're not allowing ourselves to move forward, and we're not open to all the good things that are being presented to us. What if the right situation is right in front of you and you're missing it because you're too busy looking backwards, right? We do that a lot. We all do that. We're all guilty of that. Trust that there's so much good for you on the road ahead, and be brave enough to go get it, and trust yourself. And like I said before, and we've talked about, just take a step at a time, because you don't have to take the whole path all at once. Just take baby steps, okay? Love you, hun. And we'll talk soon. And I don't know if you guys can hear Nico, but he's getting a little rambunctious over here. So, okay, let's do Deborah Sullivan. So, Deborah, Merry Christmas. I was getting that there's so much to be thankful for this year, and I think you already know that. I keep hearing a knock at the door, and I'm thinking this is opportunity and change at your door. You're a hard person to hold down. You have a lot of things in your life. You focus a lot on your fitness and decorating and family and friends, and you love having this full plate, right? You just love it. And this opportunity that's coming is right up your alley. I think it's about movement. And I think it's going to allow you more time with your family. And I think that whatever doubts that you're having about it, you need to put it aside. I feel a lot of relief for you is coming, and a lot of love and happiness in this holiday season, which is much needed for you all. Okay? Let's see, Vanessa Glon. So, Vanessa, sometimes the hard part of life is keeping our hearts open while we watch things unfolding around us, right? We want to clam up, right, and not let anybody in, and we're full of like fear or doubt. And we're all human, and remember that life well lived, right, is full of many stories, good, bad, funny, etc., right? It's full of all of it. So wherever you are at this moment in time, you need to embrace it and keep your heart open no matter how hard it seems. Try to see the change as a blessing, and open yourself up and see the truth that lies within it. As hard as it may be, right, it's life that's happening all around you. And this may be the best thing for you, Go gently with yourself and know that you're going to look back on this time of transformation and be able to see the gift it was, okay? Know that the universe is conspiring to get you to where you need to be. And as they say, keep facing your true north, right? Your job isn't to necessarily pave the path, but to simply take one step at a time and let it unfold, okay? Remember your true north. Okay, Karen Field. So Karen, you've been carrying around old stories in your heart for a long time, and it's time to let them go. The things that keep coming up now are things that need to be healed, and there's never been a better or safer time to heal them than now. Look at the patterns in your life and acknowledge them, and then acknowledge also that you're ready to let them go. Remember, when we name them, when we give them a name, or when we speak about them, when we talk about them, we're claiming them, right? We're giving them power to continue on in our lives. We don't want to do that. Remember that you're here for a reason, and your fear, our fears, those are all the gatekeepers that keep us from living the lives we want, right? That's what keeps us from going forward, and keeps us from using our gifts. So fear is sometimes the indicator that we're facing the right way. We should be going that way. The thing you fear is what you need to do most. How many times have you heard that, right? That thing you fear the most, you need to do that. Have courage. Courage is not possible without fear. And to have courage, we need to live from our truth. Speak your truth, right? We're going to talk more about speaking our truth in the coming weeks, because that keeps coming up with a lot of people that I've been talking to. Speaking our truth to others and to ourselves. Mary Ann Lawrence Elcurie. So Mary Ann, I kept hearing she's trying to find her voice. She's trying to find her voice. We all have this deep truth within us, right? And whether it's in our relationship or, ourselves, work, whatever it is, it's important to acknowledge this and then speak it. We don't have to be in anyone's face about it, right? You know what I mean by that? We don't have to be up in anyone's face about speaking our truth. We could speak it firmly and not trample on others, because they need to speak their truth as well. I think you're surrounded by people who've gotten really well at speaking their truth, at finding their voice. They found their voices and they use them, sometimes almost to the point where it's intimidating. And it kind of has pushed you to the background. I keep hearing this is going to change. You might not feel prepared to walk that path, but that's exactly where you have to go. That's exactly what you have to do. You have to walk that path. Again, sometimes the things that intimidate us, or the people that intimidate us, the situations that intimidate us, those are the things we have to face one way or the other. Much love and happiness to you for this holiday season. Tyra Steele, I know you're on here. I saw your name pop up. So Tyrus, I get a lot of up and down for you the past few months, and some of it I feel is self-induced, and some of it is out of your control. Remember, what you think about something or a situation becomes the reality, okay? It's important to look at what motives are and disconnect yourself from the drama. There are some situations that you're never going to be able to fix, and I use that word lightly because sometimes what we think needs to be fixed, or who we think needs to be fixed, doesn't need to be. We just need to look at it differently. And I think it's important to look at all sides and understand that love sometimes is expressed in ways that we don't always see as love, right? Sometimes people will express love in ways that we're like, oh my God, how could they possibly love us? But some people don't know how to express it, right? I hope that makes sense. I was trying to focus on what I was getting, and I guess it really comes down to remembering that you are loved, and that sometimes people express things in ways that don't always make sense to us. So I hope that makes sense. Amy Lestrina Bro, I know you're on here. I saw you on here. I saw your name. Amy, I was getting kind of like a twofold answer, I guess, but we'll go with this. I was getting that sometimes life is really hard to take, right? And especially when it feels personal to us, right? Sometimes we observe and we're watching what's happening to other people, and it's very different than when it's happening to us, right? Or when all of a sudden it becomes personal to us, or it's in our neighborhood, right? It almost feels like too close for comfort. And I think you've been experiencing that a lot lately. And you've been blessed with this ability to step back and observe with neutrality. And I think that had to be learned, right? You had to learn that because of certain situations. And I think you've worked really hard at learning acceptance and trying to change what is external to you, or I should say, not trying to change what is external to you, but in how you're perceiving it to be. So now's the time to do that, right? Step back and observe. Are you reacting to a trigger? Is there something that's triggering you? And is that person or situation, is it purposely trying to trigger you? Take the time to sort that out so that you don't react. Make conscious decisions, and don't try to guess at what someone's motivation or thought process is, because we don't always know what that is. You're going to make yourself crazy. Do nothing and just observe the dynamic, and that will give you the answer you need on how to proceed. I hope that makes sense, Amy. And if you have, and any of you have questions on these readings, you can always message me, because again, these are little short readings, little bursts of information that I get. So I know sometimes it needs a little bit more working out, which when we're in a one-on-one session, we do that. We kind of work through everything and talk things out and figure out what exactly it meant. So I don't mind answering questions if you have them. Okay, Sonia Manfort. Oh, Sonia, so I know your mom came through, your mom was coming through, and I just got like the really strong smell of cookies all around her. And she says that you make her cookies all the time, and it's okay that they're not perfect, because she's just so honored that the tradition has lived on and is being passed on. Things can seem overwhelming, but know that balance is important, and you've been rushing around a lot, right? 'Tis the season. But allow yourself to enjoy the moments the next few days and soak it in. Many love and blessings this season for you guys, okay? Shannon Warley Hefner. So Shannon, I think you're new here. So welcome. So Shannon, I was getting for you, just because it feels unfamiliar to you right now, don't let it send you hurrying back to the place where you just came from, the place that you just left. So oftentimes, right, and I'm just as guilty as everybody else, something feels unfamiliar or uncomfortable, and we go rushing back or do something unconsciously to bring us back to that comfortable place, right, that we're more familiar with, right? We want to rush past that uncomfortable part, and that's not always possible. But that's the time that we need to slow down and allow ourselves to go through that part, right? Feel it and allow ourselves to grow. Things will start to feel better, and the new normal will become a part of you. And you need to allow that and remember that you deserve those good things, okay? Because I don't think it's the new normal or the uncomfortableness that you're feeling. It's not negative. It's something good, but to you, you're not trusting it, so you kind of, sabotage it in your own way. Let's do Heather Avidable. Heather. So clearly, I have to tell you, I was, I'm going through the list, I'm doing my readings, and I heard God chose Heather. So I had to stop what I was doing and I had to go back to your reading. And I did yours at that time when I got that message. So Heather, I kept hearing God chose you. And I heard that loud and clear. No doubt you've had to walk a difficult path at times, but God chose you for the job because you were qualified and you needed that as much as it needed you. And yes, you experienced things that not everyone can relate to, but that's because you have a higher calling and a higher purpose, right? All these things you had to work through were making you stronger and giving you the tools to move forward in life. The question is, Heather, where are you going to focus your attention and use those tools to your benefit and to the benefit of others? Wow, Heather, right? Higher calling for you. I know you feel it. The time might not be right now, but pay attention because you're working your way there. Okay? And I'm here if you need me. Okay, let's see who else we have. Oh, Patricia Cronenberg. So Patricia, I have to tell you, as I was sitting here, this may not be the reading that you want, but I have to go with what I'm getting. I have to acknowledge what I'm being told. And I heard that you get the gold star this year. You get the gold star this year for taking on life. And I believe that you've been dealt a few blows in life and in the past year, but you just keep going and taking control of things. We can learn a lot by your example. And I think that is exactly what people are doing. They're learning by your example. And I know I am. So your loved ones are giving you the gold star. And I think you highly deserve it, right? That is like a high honor. So love to you guys, love to Paul, Michael, and I hope you guys have a great Christmas. Okay? Corinne Lilly. So Corinne, I think you're new here as well. So welcome to our little group here. So Corinne, understanding our loved ones, right? Not always easy. And there's a reason we're all brought together. Remember that we have much to learn about ourselves, right? So we have to make that allowance for others as well, right? They're still learning and growing themselves. Allow yourself to look at people through the eyes of love and allow your inner wisdom to guide you this holiday season, okay? That's going to help you to deal with those you're not so sure how to deal with. Remember, we're all on different paths and different roads in our journeys, and no two are the same. So honor your journey and honor theirs if you can. Remember that sometimes the words don't come easy for people. Some people, unfortunately, just can't do it, and that leaves a lot up for debate, right? A lot of room for debate or trying to figure out what they mean. But when we look through the eyes of love, we can see a bit clearer. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. Liz Maury. So Liz, I think you're also new here, so welcome to you. Liz, I heard that you need to be patient with yourself and others. It seems like that's kind of the theme right now, especially with the holiday season. You're where you're supposed to be, and that you will be soon seeing clearly what your next step should be. This coming year for you is a time to jump into action and go after what you want. Remember to be playful in your pursuit though, right? Because it's okay to be, business and focused and working really hard, but it's also important to be a little bit playful. Find some time for yourself because that causes a ripple effect in the world, and then it's going to be returned back to you. So we want to have that, we want to work hard and we want to focus, but we also want to put out some joy and happiness and playfulness into the world. Christy Bratton. Christy, I was getting it's time for you to break away from the pack. So I think you understand this because it just feels like it's time, okay? Find a new vantage point because you need to see things differently. And I think once you do that, you're going to see things more clearly. Know that your authentic self will never steer you wrong, right? You have to trust that. Create some balance for yourself after the holidays and follow your truth. You're going to know when to take action and when to observe. Okay. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, I see you. I'm sorry, guys. I don't, just so you know, I don't read the comments as I'm doing this because it's just really hectic over here to try and do that. But every once in a while I will see somebody's name scroll up. So yes, hi everybody, hi. I want to do Martha Fairbanks. Martha, I was getting for you new home, new traditions, but there's one that you will never give up. And that's exactly how I heard it. New home, new traditions, but there's one that you will never give up. And there's nothing wrong with making new memories and enjoying family and friends. Feel the warmth of your son's arms around you. I know that was the first thing. It was just such this warmth of, tell her to feel that warmth around her, because that's me. He's giving you, in his words, the most hugest hug. Those were his words. And he talks about the stocking, so I think you understand that. And again, Martha, if you need to reach out anytime, please do. Magdalena Della Rose. So Magdalena, I feel like you need to hear this today. It's okay to become inspired and follow your heart. I think that you need to hear that it's okay. You've been guided to change something in your life, and I think this has been maybe a little ongoing for you, but know that you're going to be successful. It just requires you to focus on your capabilities, okay, and use them to guide you and help you along. Embrace the change and detach from what no longer serves you. Strategize. Make sure you strategize your days so you have what it takes to change your life and become the best version of yourself. Okay. Renee Swenson DeVow. So Renee, I heard clearly, tell her there's a silver lining. So I feel like you needed to be reminded that there is a silver lining, that it's there. It's just a matter of changing your perspective on it. It's really going to be okay. Allow yourself to let the worry go over the holidays. Allow yourself to let the worry go. And then over the holidays, just allow things to just be. Kind of just let things happen. Let things be. And allow yourself to enjoy the love and warmth of the holiday season. Appreciate what matters to you and allow the world to fascinate you. Just try and sit back and, allow yourself to absorb the joy or just something wonderful about this time of year. I think when we can do that, when we can find something, whether it's like looking at the stars and thinking about, how big the universe is, and just kind of something that kind of puts us in a state of awe, is really kind of a good thing to do once in a while, because then we realize that we're just part of this whole bigger picture. Okay. Lisa Flaherty. So Lisa, I kept hearing, she needs to hear her thoughts. So I think you're listening, but I don't think you're hearing, right? There's a difference. I can listen, but I may not hear you. And I really want you to hear what your thoughts are saying and acknowledge your feelings. It's hard for you. I know that's hard for you. And there's always so much noise around you. And you're always worried about what others are feeling. That's just how you are, right? You're just a worrywart. And it's tiring at times. Okay, hon? Realize it's okay to sit in stillness and that you can handle anything that comes up in your thoughts. Align yourself with your core values, right? Do a mission statement. We talk about that all the time, our mission statements, right? Our core values. And the rest falls into place, okay? And if you want to talk about that some more, you can let me know. Let's see. Oh, I think we have one more. We have Robin Sanzo. So Robin, healing doesn't require perfection. And I heard that loud and clear. It only requires that every day we take steps to be better than we were the day before. We put such pressure on ourselves that things have to be perfect, or that if we don't have it all under control, we somehow failed, and that's not the case. Every step we make that we heal a part of ourselves, right? Or even just a small part of ourselves. That's the stepping stone to healing completely, if there is such a thing as healing completely, right? So where you're seeing a shortfall or a lack, turn that thought around and realize that it's progress, okay? It's all progress. Wow. So guys, we did it. We just did 26 readings tonight. If I missed anybody, I think some people signed up after the list had closed. I apologize, but I'll put you first on the list for next week. Let me know your thoughts about doing something New Year's Eve, maybe New Year's Eve readings. Or maybe next week before New Year's Eve. I don't know. But I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas with your family, with your friends, with your loved ones, whoever you're spending time with this Christmas season. And just know that, you guys are all loved and blessed, and you're always in my prayers, and I hope that I see you guys next year. Talk to you guys soon.